I think the craziest thing we have ever done, at least the two of us, on a trip is trust an adventure man named Bear Grylls to take us into the wilderness of South Island, New Zealand for a month.
Which was all me, by the way. I basically was where Steve Jackson is a year ago, like homebound, not okay. Like it was just the time in my life where I needed to be shocked into something, and that trip did it for me. But guess what? I needed a partner, and there was no other partner on this earth better than Candon. I'm like, she was not in at first, like not in. No.
I mean, I'd been living in LA for 2 years at this point, and I think the down home country, not country, but a little more rough around the edges girl had kind of left me for a little while. I wasn't riding horses at the time. I was just very immersed in LA and Hollywood and trying to impress and be that girl. And so to me, the idea of going out in the wilderness sounded horrible.
Well, you weren't going to be in control.
Exactly, and I hate to not be in control. That is probably the scariest thing to me out of anything else you could ever put in front of me. I mean, other than jumping out of an airplane, which is what I thought we were going to have to do when we got to New Zealand. I panicked. The night before we were supposed to go, I was like, I'm not going because he's going to make me jump out of an airplane, and I'm not going to do it. And they had the executive producer call me from New Zealand and tell me it was going to be okay. They weren't going to let me die.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be a little more staged than it actually was. I mean, it was
straight out the real thing.
The real deal. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think for her to be so excited about it beforehand and for me to be so not excited about it beforehand, the tables really turned once we got there. And I think I am so happy that I decided to trust my mom's judgment and go on this trip and be a part of that experience, because it brought me back to who I am. And it honestly lit a fire under me like nothing had in years. And
I've been on a couple cruises. I've been snow skiing in Colorado, but I haven't really seen the rest of the world. And if I had the opportunity to, I'd say I'd like to go. I don't know, maybe South America somewhere where I can see where all the ancient cultures developed and on like the first civilizations. I'm really interested in that.
Is there a funny story of some travels that you've had together, or any sticky situations you've been in while traveling?
Well, the funniest thing is so a lot of our travels were these corporate reward trips. That's right.
Correct.
Okay, so we went to Hong Kong, we went to all of these other large trips in the Cayman Islands and everything, but one of them was just a corporate trip to Nashville. And it was at Christmas. And the itinerary that the corporate people had scheduled for us wasn't exactly what I thought might be the best. So, doing what I do...
Do you think you know best?
Do I think I know best? Well, Mama always knows best. And somehow I was able to convince an entire entourage of corporate people to follow me in my itinerary in Nashville. And we went on a pilgrimage. And like, how many people did we have following us in cars?
Probably 30 to 35.
And we finished our night at a drag show. And it was probably the most memorable night any of those people had ever been on. Those performers, we saw Diana Ross. We saw
the real Diana Ross.
No, he was a showman.
A male Diana Ross. A male Dolly Parton.
Yes, Dolly Parton. These guys were amazing, and I think we laughed until we cried. It was just the best, and so hopefully they're still laughing about it like we are.
Although I did not get a promotion after that trip.
Well, you didn't get fired.
I didn't get fired either.
Sounds like a miracle.
Sing it! Only 17!
So, would you have to stay at a 5-star hotel, or could you stay at like a hostel?
I really don't think it would matter to me.
Really?
Yeah, no. I don't really need to be pampered.
No. All right,
No.
great. Well, what do you have like 3 things you'd have to bring with you if we went on a trip?
Not really.
Really? You
Yeah.
could just go right.
Well,
Drop everything. Go right now.
I definitely would not want to have my phone with me
Oh,
to, distractions and whatnot.
so we can like totally bond.
Exactly.
Aw.
I'd probably bring my guitar just for something to do,
To entertain.
to
your family.
entertain. Maybe a football.
Throw the football around South America.
Throw the football around South America. Some of the
All right.
natives.
Okay, good job, great.
When it comes to accommodations, who's a little more high maintenance? Who has to stay in a 5-star hotel?